What's up?
Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
And you can see my editor.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
So how was yesterday's task?
Yeah, it was fine, but you have to. I'm a learner. Take me as a beginner.
No problem. That's what we are here for. So what was the challenge you faced while attempting it?
Okay, the assignment.
Yes.
No more challenge because I think I was able to work with that link that you sent.
Were you able to print the data?
Let me share it with you so you can see it.
Okay.
You disabled sharing. Oh, make me share. Make your participant share screen.
Try now.
Okay. Yeah. So this was what I was able to do. Can you see? I don't know whether it's correct.
Are you sharing now?
Yeah, I'm sharing. You're not seeing it.
I've paused my own share so you can share, but I can't see it.
Okay, I'm coming. You should be able to see it now. You can still see it. You said you are
Yes.
screen. You can see it now.
My own screen is my own
No,
screen.
my own. Can you see it?
It's supposed to replace mine, right?
It's supposed to.
Replace my own screen, right?
Yes.
But I'm still seeing my own screen.
Stop sharing your own. Let me see. Stop sharing your own.
Okay, I had to stop sharing mine.
Yeah, you have to. What do you think? Look at what I did.
Okay, it's nice.
Did I get it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's move on. I stop sharing now.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You can share now. I've stopped sharing.
So basically, we've talked about integer and string. So we need to you need to get the concept of printing. So
The line is breaking.
I said you need to get the concept of printing. Basically, printing is all about outputting value from your Python program, outputting value to the user. The way we are displaying this value on this screen, that's the job of
Ali,
printing.
your line is breaking.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Your line is breaking.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, let me reshare. You can still hear me properly?
Yeah.
Okay, so I said the concept of printing that you see here outputting value here is basically how all this data you are seeing on this screen is being written to the screen. You understand?
Okay.
So they had to add some API functions to enable it to be displayed as a text. There's what we call HTML, CSS that is allowing browser to read this value. We'll get there. So basically, the assignment was to test your knowledge about printing. So if we have something like a name as a case study, if we have a name, we have a Python function that allows you to enter your record. So you can print this data out. So you can have as many as variable. This is a variable.
Okay.
We've explained
Because of
that.
the equation sign, yeah.
Yeah?
Because of the equation sign.
Yes. So basically, we can combine many variables in a string. How do we do that? We do that using concatenation. So what?
Should it
How
be
do
print name plus based on what you wrote? Shouldn't it be print name color instead of your color? You wrote your color.
so basically this plus sign, its job is to append a variable to a string. Do you get?
Okay.
So anytime you want to output variable, you can have multiple variables stored inside a single statement. So when you run this, it gives you that function F10. It asks what is your name. This is the first line that got run, line 2.
Okay.
The reason why he's asking this is because of this function here, input.
Yeah.
Yes. So when it adds that, you put enter. This second line got one, and this second line is asking what is your favorite color. So basically, when I entered Yusuf has been stored inside this name. When I entered color, that means if I press enter, it has been stored inside color. It's now run this third expression, this third uh, expression, the third
Okay.
statement.
Uh,
Welcome, name, your color is color. Do you get?
mm.
So that's how we have. So that's basically the job of
What
print.
about okay, the welcome? Where does the welcome come from?
You can see,
Yeah.
you can see, you can see. So this is the third line. So this third line is this.
Okay. Okay, you have to put that welcome. Okay, welcome. Let's see, your color is blue.
Anything you type here, the job of this is this. It asks you a question. Once you put in the value gets stored inside this variable. So also this. Once you put in the value, this is a question. This function allows Python to ask you to put a value on the screen. It's input function. We are still going to get to function. So I just want you to get familiar with
Okay.
The data type string and integer. So what do we mean by integer? We've talked about integer. Let's
Yeah.
say birthday equals so if you say input your birthday year,
Ali,
so
let me one question. Can I ask a question?
yes, carry on.
Yeah. The place you wrote this birthday year,
Yes,
you put underscore.
yes.
That's the syntax, Abi.
Okay. Now let me explain something. If you remember, we talked of variable. A
Yeah.
variable can be named as something like this. A name. A variable can be named as my first name. A variable can be named as my first name, and it can be like this. My first name. So all these things that comes before equals to are called variable.
Okay, so I can write this birthday year like birthday year together like that.
Can write it like this.
Okay.
You
Then
choose the one
another
that is
question is
comfortable with you.
if I don't put input, I can remove the bracket.
Okay, like so if that is string, that it has changed the data to a string like this.
Okay, okay, because
So
it's
the reason
string.
why we
Okay,
put it input is because I want you to do something like this. I want you to ask rather than just printing. So I want you to ask me what is your birthday year. So once it's
okay, to
asked me,
ask.
it will store the value here.
Hmm.
Hmm? So I
Yeah.
can now say, okay, my age would now be 2021 minus birthday year. I can now print out my age. You understand?
Yeah.
So basically, the purpose of this is to make you familiar with integer, and so this is an integer. This is a this is a string. Anything that comes from it. So what do you think will come out if you run this? So if I say run, so
So
it's
is it
asking for
run?
my birthday
Okay.
year.
What?
So
Okay, everything that will come out. Let me see.
yes,
It
so it's
should
asking
be
for my birthday year, 2000. Then I say enter.
21. One. No.
So can you see what is it saying? It's saying there's an error on line 5. What's
Line
line
five.
5?
Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh.
Yes. So basically, when you are building complex program, we have plenty files. Hmm?
Yeah.
So the purpose of this error is to guide you, to let you know where you have your code wrong, where you're written wrong code. So this place is telling you that you should go to line 5. So if you have like 1 million of this file, this error is directing me to this file here.
Hmm.
It's now saying I should go to line 5 of this file. So once I reach line 5, I'm going to see the code there. This is the code there on line 5. And then it's telling me that I'm trying to, it's saying unsupported operand types. So type S. What does type mean? In Python, type is a function that allows you to determine all these data type. Whenever you use type, it allows you to get the data type of a variable. For instance, if
Okay.
I say type type let me comment it. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So if I should run this, it's my value.
Okay, please come again with the type. Like, what's the essence?
We are still going back to error. I've commented what is giving us error. So I want to explain type now. Type allows you to get the nature of the variable.
The
So
nature of your group. Okay.
yes, so it's telling me here now. I've printed here line 7.
Hmm.
Yeah, so this is the output of print. Hmm?
Okay.
So it's telling me that what I've printed is a string. If you remember, we have type string, integer,
Okay.
float. So that's what it's telling me here. So it's now saying if this type string down and I have this is an integer, right? Hello,
I hear you. Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you.
this is a string, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So what I'm basically doing here is I'm subtracting an integer and a string. I'm performing an operator. So I'm subtracting one another, and this is not allowed in Python programming or any other programming language. You can
Okay.
only subtract two data type. You can only do it for integer. Subtraction is an operator that works on integer. So I need to convert
Hmm.
this to an integer before this
Vanity job.
error
Okay.
would stop showing. If you see the error is showing. If I should put 2000, it's telling me that integer and string. Do you understand the error now?
Yeah. 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 I understand
So
now.
how do I do that? I will convert this to int. So once I convert this to int,
Okay. Int. Yeah. It's
now
an
an
integer now.
integer now. So once I print
Wow.
it, it asks for my year, 2000. It gives me my age. Was able to perform the operation. So that's why we need to know this data type. It's very, very important. So, and this is where we stop, right?
Yeah.
So, so this was what I explained earlier about type. Hmm? So,
Mm-hmm.
why do we? The next one is list. We have list. We are leaving complex for now. We don't need it for now. We're using that in our machine learning.
Subsequent class.
So,
Okay.
am I too fast?
Ah. You are an expert. Don't
I'm too
worry. I'm
fast.
getting it. If you are fast, I'll tell you.
Okay. So this is a list. So list, no, basically when we store data into a variable, we have something like a single value being stored. So I can say color is blue. Now this is a single variable. Now if I have a
Okay.
list, a simple list containing blue, yellow. Okay. Before we go to list, I need to explain something to you about string. This string that I'm showing you now, you can take each value of a string out in Python. How do you do that? You do color 0. color 0, do you want to guess what it will give us?
What do you say?
You want to guess what this one what would be printed out by Python if I should run this program?
Wait, let me guess. When's color 0? Wow. It can't be blue, honey.
Why will it be blue when you know that if you print color, it should be blue now?
Yeah, I say it can't be blue.
Yes, it can be blue.
So what should it be? Has it come out? Is that it?
What is it bringing out?
Process finished with exit code. No,
You
it's
could not see
bringing B.
anything.
No, no, no.
You could not see anything.
No.
How about now?
L. Okay, yeah. It means 0 is B.
How about now?
That's the number for each letter.
Correct.
2 should bring you U. Okay.
So
Okay.
what should
Just
this
bringing
one?
out the letter
What
from
should this
each.
one give me?
E. Should give you E.
So what should
Okay.
this one give me?
This one, there's nothing there now.
But
This one should give you
so
error.
anytime you see
Index
this, it's saying
out of range, yeah.
yes. So what do you mean by index? These are the indices. So this is index 0, 1. You understand?
Okay.
Index 0, 1, 2, 3. So what should this one give me?
-1. Okay, wait till I'm coming. I'm coming now. Should give you nothing now. Error. Index error. E, really? How are you counting it for? Why like that?
Do you understand?
Yeah, but why?
So this is 1. If you are going from left to right, it starts with 0, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
If you are going from right to left, that's
Start from -1.
-1.
Okay.
So you get it. You get the logic there now. So
Yeah.
basically, why do we need this? In an interview, they might say you should try to look through a string or find a particular letter in a string or replicate a string. Basically, they will ask you this, that what does this particular construct, what does it bring out? What does Python bring? So if I should print something like this, so you should be able to know what it is. So if I should print something like this from 0 to 5, let's say I have international. So what do you think will happen here?
0 to 5. That's INTERN.
Okay,
Intern.
is it correct? Let's see that. Enter. So
Intern.
basically,
Okay.
this last 5 will not be printed.
Will not be included. Okay.
Yes. So if I want it to be enter, I have to say 6. Then to give me 5 letters. 1, 2, 3. To start from 0. So 0 plus another 5 letters give me in 10. So if I want that, it gives me in 10. So if I should have something like this, what does it give me?
0 to -1. INT international. Not L. Don't put L. Yeah.
Yes, because it has to not include this. So if I should say something like this, what does it give?
0 to. It should give you everything. International.
So you get the
Okay.
logic. So if I should do
Yeah.
something like this, does it give, does it work?
This one. Shouldn't. I guess it shouldn't work.
So if I you say test equals, you understand?
You don't run them.
Yes, so basically I replicated all the thing here to this place without rewriting it. So that's what we call programming. So this is code.
Without rewriting it.
Yes.
Okay.
So this cloning, this is what we call cloning. It allows you to clone.
Okay.
Yes, I cloned everything without replicating it. So that's what I just wanted to know about string. So let's talk about list. Why do we have list? Why do we have list? So basically, we have single variable before. Now we are having multiple variable.
Okay.
So why do we have that? Why do we have that? We have list, you can see sequence types.
Yeah.
So why do we have sequence types? Basically, initially we were having single variable. Now we need multiple variable. So why do we have multiple variable? Because we don't want a situation whereby we are only having single variable. We want to be able to access multiple variable at once. So that's why in Python we have what we call list. And
Okay.
this list, you can access each data of a list. You can access each data of a list one by one, just like the way we access the string. If you remember, we were able to access the string by taking index. Hello, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
So basically, when you have print colors one, what do you think will come out?
Follow one.
Orange.
Orange, yeah, orange.
So when you,
Yeah.
yes, so because 0, 1, so basically this allow me to write all my outros readable into the feed. Wash my car. So basically I can print out everything. You can see.
Yeah, okay.
So that's what we did today. So to print one of them, I do this. So it allows me to have multiple variable inside one variable rather than having one by one every single variable rather than having every single variable in my program. So it's
Yeah.
collection of data,
Yeah.
multiple items in a single variable. That's the function of list. So what can you do to a list? You can access a list item, you can change it. So that's what I explained there, accessing list items. So when they say -1, what do you think will bring?
Okay, -1. Cherry.
Correct. So when they say 2 to 5 from here, what do you think it will bring?
2 to 5. I'm coming. Cherry, orange, kiwi, melon.
Right. So you start from 0, 1, 2. So you start from cherry, orange. So when you run it, you get cherry, orange, kiwi. So
Kiwi.
5 is not included. Remember,
Not
it's
included,
0,
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This last one will not be
Yeah.
included.
Yeah.
Remember? So if we
Yes.
now have something like this, what does it give us? It gives us
Everything.
yes. So that's the flow of list and string. So can we change list items? So that's the question. Can we change it? Is it allowed? So why do we need to change? Now, in programming, there's what we call updating of data updates. Remember, I said if a name is a boy and then name become another boy. So this variable here has been updated to this.
Okay.
So as your program flow on each line, it keep track of these changes.
Hmm.
So why do we need to update those things? Now, if I should say in my list, I said, okay, this list 0 or 1 or 2, which is cherry, becomes uh, uh, becomes lemon,
Lemon. Okay.
lime. So what will happen to this list? So it become it will be affected. You can see it's now lime
Okay.
instead of cherry.
So meaning that if you put 0, if you just put 2, it's okay.
So you can also change as many as you want. You can, that's what we call updating in a programming. So we are updating the data here. So if you print out this list, what do you think we get?
Uh, Apple, banana, lime, orange, kiwi. Yeah.
Because this has been affected.
Yes.
So that's what we mean by updating of
Okay.
item. So
Update.
you can
Right.
update item from 1 to 3. You can update item. You can do as many updates as you want. So those are uh the those are the jargons that you need to get yourself familiar with when it comes to programming, the placing of each items. So how do you now add
Yeah.
to it? I don't want to touch this and I've updated it correctly. Now I want to add to it. What do you think will happen if I do this?
Hmm. You brought out error, Abby.
Yes, we need to define a value here. So if I should say this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I should say 7, What do you think will happen?
Error.
6.
Out of range. Mango. What did 6 bring? Have you run it?
Yes.
What did it bring?
So
This will be
0,
6.
1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3.
4, 5, 6. So
Okay, you brought everything.
6 has been updated to line. So this was been,
Oh,
so
yeah, 6 has
mango has
been
been. So you can choose to add item to a list. So how do you do that? You use the word append. So you can see
Yeah.
is actually
Okay, use the
logical.
word append.
Is
Append.
logical. You can do play now. What we are doing now is we are on. Remember, we are on this data type.
Ah.
Remember,
Yeah.
yes. So we are manipulating list. We are manipulating list. We've talked about string. We've talked about integer, and we've talked about
Yeah.
basic basic get basic data type, how you get data type. Basically, if you want to get the data type of this, you do type lists.
Okay. To tell her whether it's string or integer or
No, to tell you the nature, you
yeah,
can
the
see it's a
nature.
list.
The list. Okay.
We have string, we have integer. This is a list.
Okay.
So why are we talking about list? It's just to let your brain get familiar with the concept of indexing, which you've
Okay.
seen indexing. So that's why we extended it. Now we need to talk about we've talked about numbers. Okay, let me we need to just do just a rough introduction. We've talked about list. Let's do dictionary. So
Okay,
why
you
do
didn't
we
talk
have
about the appending one.
yes
Okay.
because it's just I'm doing an introduction. You still go
Okay.
into them deeper. So I
Yeah.
just want to give you a full overview of each data type. We've talked about list. Let's talk about tuple. Let's talk about tuple. So if you have a data like this that is wrapped in a bracket rather than a list, rather than a square bracket, that's what we call tuple.
Okay. Okay.
So if I should print this, what will you give me? Tuple. So why do we have you should have you should have a question, why do we have to have this? Now the difference between tuple and list is because we don't want, sometimes you have a list that you don't want people to change, you don't want your program to change.
Okay.
So what it does is it allows you to, remember in list we are updating each item.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now in a tuple, you will not be able to update item in a tuple. So tuple allows you to to prevent your program from being updated. So you cannot change, you cannot add, you cannot do anything. You understand?
Yeah.
So the objective is to just make sure you have your data integrity maintained.
When did they apply that one?
Hmm?
When is it applied? Like
Yes, it's applied when
real
you
life
have
situation.
yes, data integrity. I don't want anything to be updated on my data. I want my data to retain their structure.
Okay.
So that's why. So there are many other attributes. Other attribute is duplicates. Duplicates. If you remember, if I should do something like this as a list data, this we have square brackets.
Yeah.
So you can see the difference. Now I want to print tuple data, and I say I want to print a list, and I say mango. Mango. We can see I have repetition of mango, and I want to print it out like this. So let's go to tuple and see, does tuple allow repetition? Print tuple data. So all these structure, that all these language syntax, language data type, data structure that we are talking
Tuple,
about.
okay, there are repetitions here in Tuple.
Yes. The only
Okay, I
difference
think
is
I know.
because they don't allow updates. Just keep that in mind. No updates.
Okay.
So all these are what make a Python program. So I want to show you an example of a full Python program that you will get yourself familiar with in future. Python blog. Python blog. So you can have, see, so this is what you will be seeing when you start writing full code. You can see this bunch of code.
Yeah.
You can see. So
Yeah.
you can see .py
Okay, these are
a
Python
case study
blogs.
of a Python project. So if you are told to build a full project, this is basically how your project might be structured. It can be structured in a different way anyway, but I'm just giving you a case study. So if we open comparison.py and see the line of code, you can see, you can see, you can see. So I want to show you one structure here. So this is a comment.
Okay.
So a multi-line comment. This is a single line comment. So this is a list data type. So remember we did int in our
Yeah.
example. So what this one does here is it converts this item to a list. So you understand that one. So this is an example of a Python function. We call it built-in function. So we are not there yet. So this is an example of a dictionary. When you have something like this, it's called a dictionary. So a
Okay.
dictionary data. So what's the difference between these three now?
What is different with you? What?
You can see,
Yeah. The brackets.
yes. So now you know why you should understand you. So you can see that when you represent your data with a mustache bracket, that data is a dictionary. When you represent it with a square bracket, it's a list. You represent it with a
The normal bracket.
normal bracket,
Parentheses.
It's a tuple. So the type of data will determine the operation that will be done on that data. Just as I showed you earlier, you cannot perform an arithmetic operation on a string and integer. We talked
Okay.
about that earlier. So the type of data, so that's why this data type is very, very important. So you need to understand the concept behind data. So we've talked about list, we've talked about dictionary. So let me give you a case study of a dictionary.
What's the use? Okay, good.
So this is a dictionary. So dictionary has a this is what we call key in programming. Key. This is what we call value. This dictionary. So if I should comment this dictionary, you can see
I don't understand it.
key value. Now the function of dictionary, it allows you to have multiple data. That is it allows you to have a key value data such that you can have plenty of, okay, let me explain this in real life. Let's say you have a car. You are going to say my car color of my car is because I've used this, it's a dictionary, right?
Yeah.
So what's the color of my car? It's blue. What's the model of my car? It's Toyota.
Just to describe the car.
What's the year? 2014.
Okay, it's basically for description.
No, not basically for year. It's what it does is it takes in your data in a key value. What do you mean by key value? Now, if you want to access this blue, you go for this key. If you want to access this Toyota, you go for this key. If you want to access this year, you go for this year. So if you print out car dictionary now, it gives you everything about car. So if you now say, okay, I want to access the item, I say car column. If you remember, we are doing list. We are doing list 0, list 1 for this. Now in dictionary, it becomes more specific. Car model gives me Toyota. Car year, it gives me the year of the car. Do you understand? So we don't have so if you should say car 0, see why is this not working?
Yeah, you want to see why it's not working, print type.
I'm asking you, why is it not working? Why is it not giving me?
Because it's not a list.
Yes, not a list. So you get the flow. So that's the difference between dictionary and so we have dictionary. So another thing is we talked about list, we talked about tuples, we talked about dictionary. So basically, we should be going in depth to know this. So, but we will not go there yet. There's some basics I want you to know. We've talked about this. Now, I want to stress on something about numbers operators. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. We talk about numbers casting. We talk a bit about strings a bit. We talk about booleans, operators. Now, these basic concepts are what are the foundations you need. So once we talk about this, then all other concepts will be very, very easy for you. But we need to stress on this that's casting, strings, boolean operators. With numbers, these five concepts are foundations. So before we get further into dictionary, list, and data. So do you have any question?
Okay. Yeah, I really enjoyed today's class. It's really nice. Hmm. Okay, if I have for my questions, we just kind of, I don't know how you take it, be far from maybe what we are doing in class. You understand?
Okay, so let me just stop recording.